Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So we have the Doomscourge Primal Lord coming to global server at the upcoming reset. In this video we're going to recap the top performing teams from the VN server testing that you will be able to run. Now all the teams are going to revolve around using Shemira as your major damage dealer. So the first team I want to show you is going to be a Zanie team version. The advantage of running a hero like Zanie is she actually has summons in her small gun turret, and those are going to be devoured by the boss, and that is going to delay the boss from eating other key heroes on your team. So this is going to be the team formation. Hugin in front of Shemira, you have Blue Twin on the left and Pink Twin on the right. Tessio buffing up Shemira, and you have Sonya buffing up Shemira and Zanie. And you have the two turrets of Zanie in the back here behind Shemira. With Tessio, you'll want to max out the Phantom level, Aerostorm spell. And as for the charms, it is going to be the standard charms kind of Arcane Sonya, Butcher Shemira, Gale on Zanie, Sorcery on the twins, and Blaster preferred onto Hugin. If you had them, have them. Otherwise, Mystic are also fine. Now what you're going to notice is Sonya's actually blocked in by this team position and is kind of intended, and but because it changes the devour order, but basically this is a team that has consistently been doing very well on the VN server, almost being the #1 team. However, in the early days, the actual kind of #1 team is this Florabelle team, but they're very close. So whether you're running that Zanie team or you're running this Florabelle team, you're going to get almost the same score. However, both are good options, and this one, for the first few days of the boss, this is going to be the best, because when the boss drops below 50% health, that's when you want to run the Hugin team, because he gives execution from his charms. On this team, there's no one giving execution, but for early days, you don't need that. So here you have the Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left. Fairmore going to be buffing up Shemira. Snow Stomper in front of Shemira, and you have Florabelle in front of Pink Twin, and then Valar in the upper left corner. Aerostorm spell, Snow Stomper, and max out the Snow Stomper Phantomal. This is, like, technically from the VN server testing, the overall top performing team on the early days of Primal Lord. However, it's very close to the Zanie team that we showed as well. So you can run either one. You don't need to be pressured to have Florabelle. Now, as for the charms, the recommended charms were Arcane onto Faramore, Sorcery onto Valara, Butcher onto Shemira, Sorcery onto twins, and for Florabelle, Cheetah charms, because it's important that Florabelle has high enough haste, because then she's going to be able to cycle her summons fast enough, and then the summons will just be devoured throughout the whole course of the match, keeping most of your team alive. So I would recommend Cheetah charms onto Florabelle for pretty much everyone. So there we have the Florabelle team. And then interestingly, what I did was I used one run for testing purposes on my viewer's account on the VN server, and we got actually a really good score even using Rowan if you don't have Zanie, because I'm sure there are people out there who may not have Zanie, may not have Florabelle, and then they're thinking, is there any other team that we can run? And this was one team that is overall very free-to-play friendly, is basically exactly like the Sarathiel boss team, and very similar to the teams used in Glyphshade boss as well. But basically, this is a very good performing team as well. It isn't as good as Zanie. Zanie is better, and maybe you can even try Zanie if she's lower ascension for you. However, if you don't have Zanie at all and you don't have Florabelle at all, this may be the third best team out there, and it got 32 trillion damage when I did the testing on my viewer's account, which is definitely a solid score. The top ones are like 36 trillion, basically. So Pink Twin on the right, Blue Twin on the left, Shemira on the Stellar Bond, Hugin in front of Shemira, Rowan behind the Shemira, and then Sonya going to be buffing up Shemira, and this will be Tessio, Phantomal buffing up Shemira. Now, as for charms, the other heroes we've already covered, but Blast Hugin, Sorcery Twins, Butcher, Shemira, Arcane, and Sonya, and Rowan can be really anything. Sorcery are kind of the recommended charm set, even for the Sarathiel boss, so I would recommend that, but Wizard should be fine, even Cheetah, if that's what you're using, should be fine. It shouldn't matter too much in Aerostorm as well. So basically, guys, these are the three teams that you want to be running in the Primal Lord. Gala is not going to be a top damage dealer for this Primal Lord. It's just all about Shemira. It's the Shemira show for this Primal Lord due to how his skills work. He has some HP loss damage reduction that basically pure HP loss damage dealers are just not very effective. So you're just going to want to stick with the Shemira team, one of these three, and depending on which heroes you have. And like I said, in the early days, Florabelle should be the overall top team. However, Zanie is really close second, and then Rowan would be like a third, more budget team option. So hopefully you guys are going to do well in this Primal Lord. Of course, if there are any updates from the global server testing, I will keep you guys updated as soon as there is a new top team. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. As always with all Primal Lords, let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. Good luck on the early days of the Primal Lord. Thank you guys all for watching. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser. And whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to that bookmark link, make the purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.